He said, Don, that's a Gemini. I was like, ooh, leave her alone.
Don't you tell me I.
Damn, these Doritos are good.
Look down, having a good time. Let's go back to your place. I was like, okay, shit, I had my own place too. So I was like, okay. And she was like, she came over. She like, I know I had to go pick her up. I don't know if she had a car. She was out of town. She was from New Orleans. And I picked her up. She came in my house and we got it on. I mean, was she a freak? I mean, it was cool. It was not like, oh my God, she's the best woman on the planet. But it was cool. You know, she was not like boring. You know, some women out there just boring as hell. You'd be like, okay, boring ass woman, get the hell out of my house. But what I'm trying to say, this Gemini, we did the okie doke, not the okie doke. We had a good time. That's what I was saying. We had a good time. You know, the lights was off. You know what we were doing. Okay. So the next day I dropped her off and I wanted to see her again before she leave. And I was like, oh, I'll see you in New Orleans. She was like, I don't know if you want to come to New Orleans, but I was like, okay, forget it. I didn't know what she meant. So I kept calling her and stuff like that. I said, I'm going to come out there and visit you and stuff like that. And she was like, oh, no. I was like, what's wrong? She's like, Don, you don't want to come out here. I live in the hood. I was like, oh, okay. You live in the hood? She's like, yeah, out here, they be shooting and all that. They gangsters out here. I was like, oh, okay. But she didn't look hood to me. But she had a little, hood chicks do got BAs and master's degrees. So I just want you guys to know that, people's like, oh, how do a hood rat got a master's degree? They do. They do. And I was like, she was like, yeah, Don, if you come down there, they're going to rob you and all that. I'm like, I'm not going down there. So I left her alone and everything. And I went on with my life. And I was like, okay, second time Gemini, freaking the bed, she was cool. But I thought she was weird too. Weird conversations here and there. But then I met this another Gemini. And we met up. I believe I got her number. Was it online? I don't know. But we met up. And she was like, Don, we're having a good conversation. Let's go meet up. Let's go have some drinks and let's go get some food and play some pool. So I picked out the play to go pool. I didn't take her to no nice place. I took her to a hole in the wall where we can play some pool. They got a little music. The drinks were cheap. And me and her, when she walked through that door, I don't know if I was drunk when I met her, but she was, something out of a magazine. I was scared. I was a little bit nervous. Like, she was like, Don, you want to get a drink? You ever been so nervous about a woman that looks so pretty, you just walking with her and you just nervous? Yeah, like, but I was keeping my composure. I have game. I'm kind of smooth, so I was just like, don't let her sweat me, And what happened on that is, what happened on that was something that was on something else. But when I met her, she was bad. She was bad. And we were eating and we were drinking. She was like, Don, just get me a vodka and cranberry. Got her a vodka and cranberry. I said, you want some tacos? She was like, I get some taco. Get her a taco and stuff like that. And we listened to music. We played some pool. It was going down. And she was like, she touched my heart, yo. She touched my heart. She was like, LaDon, I'm about a second round of drinks. I was like, wait a minute. I think I'm in love. But I found out, I don't know, I think I seen the cheap part of, I think that she liked me. She invested in me. So I was sitting there like saying to myself, like, she want to be with me. You know what I'm saying? She liked me and I truly liked her. So she bought some more rounds of drinks, cheap me, and then she was like, Don, thank you. And she was like, let me get some more drinks. We were drinking, playing some pool. And I didn't let her win. I didn't let her win. But that woman walking around, I mean, like that. She's laid next to me. We talked, we laughed, we had a good time. And she was like, LaDon, walk me to my car. So I walked her to her car, and she gave me a hug. She smelled good. I don't know what she has, a Victoria's Secret. I don't know, but I'm just, you know, if she would have been like, LaDon, take me home. Take me to your house. I would have said no, I wouldn't. You know, especially on the first date. I'm not gonna just, nah. You gotta play smooth. Nah, you can't just be like, you come to my, I mean, you can, but nah, I was good. But we had a good time. We talked and we laughed and everything. That was my pills. But what I'm sitting there seeing is that I walked to her car and she got in the car and she drove off. You know, I was standing like in the movie, like, wow, when I'm gonna see that woman again? And it was like a fantasy world. I was like, okay, when I'm gonna see her again? You know, I've been with pretty women before, but I'm just sitting there saying she was, slim little thing, 30, I say about 38. She was younger than me. 38, 36, woo. I mean, she had 2 kids. You know, that they said that's a red flag, but I didn't care. You know, she told me anyway, like, if you get with me, if you talk to me, you ain't gonna never see my kids who we're not in a relationship or married. I was like, cool, whatever. And so the second time we went out, we went to this karaoke place out there on Sunset, and we had a good time. She was smoking her weed. She was like, can I smoke my weed in your car? I'm like, yeah, go ahead, smoke the weed. Do what you want to do. You can smoke whatever you want to do. And she was like, okay. She was smoking. So we went to like a hookah karaoke place, and we had a good time. I mean, I'm sitting there smiling. I got up there doing my little karaoke and having a good time, and she's clapping, having me on video camera. I didn't care if she recorded me, but we had a good time. And we went back to my house afterwards. It was around 2:00. And I just went into the house, and I don't know, she must be thinking it was gonna go down, but I was smooth again. So I was just like, no, I just want to see you and hang out with you, you know, little smoochies, kisses and stuff, you know, and all that. It was good, don't get me wrong, but I was smooth. So I walked her back to her car, and she drove off. So during the time, I was sitting there having a good time and enjoying myself with her for about a good month, talking and laughing. We were vibing. She was laughing at my jokes, and I was like, I was in the movie. Okay, I was like, wow, this is a really good movie. Okay, if nobody want to watch this movie, I want to watch this movie. So what I did was decide to go on another date. And I asked her, let's go do this. She's like, okay, let me get a babysitter for my kids and stuff. And she stood me up. And I was just like, damn, you know. And she called me, oh, I'm sorry. I had some stuff to do. I was in a business meeting. And she was like, she had a good job. She like owned some property, apartments, management or whatever she was. But she was like telling landlords to do this, and not landlords, but not janitors, people that maintenance man to do this, to fix up this. I don't know what she had, but she had a good job and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, cool. And she called me up, let's make it up, and I make it up to you. No, she said, let's do it again. So I was like, all right, cool. So the second time I planned some stuff at this nice little happy hour, and she stood me up again. I was like, man, I text her. I got tired. I said, hey, it was nice meeting you. I text her, have a good life, and move on. And I didn't put my head down, but I was just like, whatever. You know, another one, like another one. And I just left it and moved on with my life. And she called me back in 5 minutes after I texted, don't leave me, Don. I apologize. It's me. Let me make it up to you. I'll pay for the food. I was like, what? Touched my heart. I was like, you pay? She's like, I'm gonna pay. I was like, all right, shit, you gonna pay? Don't have to pay. We can do this. So I was leery about her going on another date. I thought she was gonna stood me up, but she met me again. And we went to a nice place that she picked out, and we ate. I mean, that bill came into about $175. She was drinking and eating. I mean, she's like, oh, you want another drink? You want something to eat? Let's get some dessert. And she was just throwing dessert on there, and I was happy. I was telling her jokes. And, girl, you funny. I was making her laugh. She's like, oh, Ty, you funny. We had a beautiful time. Beautiful time. And she came back to my place. We had some fun. Woo, we had some fun. I mean, it was so fun that I don't remember. I mean, we drank, but it was nothing to drink. But it was like I said, it was like in a movie. Like, you know, like you going to Paris and you wake up and like, damn, Paris, that's it? That's it? Like, that was it. Like, and it was fun. I had a good time with her. Ooh, man, I had a good time with her. And then the next day I called her. She wouldn't pick up. The next day I wanted to call her. She wouldn't pick up. So I was just like, fuck. And she texted me after I just deleted her number and moved on 2-3 weeks later. And she was like, text me, hey, I miss you. I had a beautiful time with you. It's me. I know I have problems and stuff like that. And, you know, LaDon is me. And I was like, oh, whatever. You know? Went on with my life. But that was the last Gemini I ever really want to talk to. I mean, Geminis are so flaky. I'm not, see, I got a homie, a guy friend that is a Gemini. Cool in the motherfucker. Cool. My homie is cool in the motherfucker. I mean, he is, we cool. Me and my homies are cool. But this Gemini, he cool as hell. Yeah, I met dudes that are cool. Geminis, they're cool. But the women, I don't know. I've been not coming across some of them. I think I met another one. I even told my homie in Vegas, is that a Gemini? He said, Don, that's a Gemini. I was like, ooh, leave her alone. He was like, Don, but she pretty. I'm like, I know, but leave her alone. She crazy. She is so crazy. And then later on, she came up there. We went out, had a good time, and she came back to the room, and she came at 2:00. And they hung. I don't know if she wanted me to leave the room or whatever, but she left. She came up at 2:00, and then they talked a little bit, and then she left. She didn't come back. My homie was like, damn, man, Geminis are crazy, man. I talked to her a little bit on the phone, man. She's kind of weird and stuff. I'm like, I told you. So I don't know about a Gemini. So if I'm on a dating app or if you say Gemini to me, I'm going to be like, I'm going to be leery of you. I'm going to be like, well, I'm going to back up. I'm back up about 5 steps, not 10 steps, but 5 steps and think I'm dealing with a Gemini. Yeah, I'm going to be sitting in my mind like, better watch out. That's when my brain going to be like, watch out, LaDon. Be careful. That is a Gemini. Be careful. It's a Gemini. I don't have a problem with, and I thought she was the most beautifulest woman. I mean, she said she can cook. The voice was nice. I mean, it was on point. But sometimes in life, you want them, but they don't want you. You know, it is what it is. She might have been married. I don't know. You know, I don't know the full story of her life, but but I knew a little bit about her life, and she been to a lot of places. Them pictures looked good too. Woo! I mean, the pictures looked so damn good that you was like, man, look at this one. You know when a girl look good, you want to share it with your friend. Hey, man, look at this one. Well, look at this one right here, man. Wait a minute, I got me a nice. Dudes be like, man, that's a bad one. I told you. You know, when she's so pretty, you want to put her on your front screen. No, we don't put women on their front screen. Will I put my wife on my front screen? No. My kids? Hell yeah. If I had kids, yeah. 1,000%. But my wife? Nah. I got to see her every day. And then every time I open up the phone, I got to see my wife again. No. I mean, I love my wife. If I had a wife, I'd be cool with seeing her all the time, but not every time I open up the phone, she's right there smiling at me. Smiling at me. Like looking at me going, you better not fuck up. You better not do shit. I'm like, I don't want that. But I'm just saying, man, I had a good time. And them Geminis out there, that's what I want to say to you guys is that, hey, I think y'all crazy. I'm being real. I ain't met no cool. I met a cool Gemini, but their personalities be switching. I mean, they switch. They switch off like a light switch. Switch. Like, what's going on? Wait a minute. Who are you? Huh? You nice. Oh, you mad? Like, it's like different personalities that blow you away, but it keeps you interested.